We're Laura and Aaron, and a few years ago we converted our cosy wooden camper van and we've been travelling in it ever since. As much as we strive to live far, far away from civilisation, every few days we do need to re-enter society for our van life chores. In this episode we're sharing a realistic day of van life to show you what our version of a normal day looks like. Usually we try to escape ordinary life, living inside a hippie fairy tale deep in the mountains, but today we're sharing some of the realities too, like the weird places we shower and fill up our water tanks, and the lazy van meals that we cook. And as always, we take you on a whimsical nature walk and seek out a dreamy camping spot to park our tiny home, out here on the Wildside. This morning we're going to be driving into Italy, which is one of our favourite countries in the world, and it's really good for van life too because the camping rules are quite relaxed and the police are pretty chill as well. To be fair, we've barely ever had any problems with the police in any of the countries that we've travelled to over the last few years, but in Italy it just feels extra welcoming for van life. Like one time we were camping and the police came over and we were there panicking thinking, oh god, they're going to give us a fine for wild camping. But they actually just wanted to come over to say hi and check that we were okay and that nobody was bothering us. So that made us feel very safe and we're really looking forward to being back there.
Recently we've been hanging out in the French Alps, which is right next to the Italian border, so it's only a short drive to cross over to the land of pizza and gelato. The valley that we're going to be exploring for the rest of summer is called the Aosta Valley. It's a quieter, less touristy part of the Italian Alps that we've never explored before, and we've pinned lots of spots on our map of places we want to see, so there's going to be plenty of snow-capped mountains, turquoise lakes and wildflowers this summer. We've just arrived on the Italian side of Mont Blanc after driving through from France, and we've stopped off in a little ski village just to fill up on some supplies so we can spend a few days in the wilderness again. So we've just gone to get some groceries, we need to fill up our water, empty our bins.
Yes, but we just noticed a public toilet, which is a very strange looking public toilet, I'll show you in a minute, and went inside and there's actually a free shower inside as well, which you never find free showers.
She's not telling you that it's freezing cold.
It is a freezing cold shower, but it's, you know, it's free, so...
It's free, we're going to get the kettle in there as well. We can't have it all. We're going to get the kettle for some hot water on our hair.
It's just going to be nice to be nice and clean because I think we are getting a little bit greasy now. And then we won't have to worry about washing for another few days and we can just go out off into the wild and just forget about all our problems for a few days.
We're heating up some warm water in a kettle to bring with us into the shower, just to try and take the edge off the cold water in the shower. Alright, that's about right, because we don't want it to be scalding hot on our heads.
Ever since we've been living in a van, we have found ourselves showering in some very strange and bizarre places. But up until this day, we have never ever showered inside a giant Rubik's Cube in a park on the side of the road before. But we can't be picky, so we'll take any shower we can get our hands on, to be honest. for lunch, we're making one of our quick and easy go-to van meals. So this is kind of like an Asian version of guacamole, which probably sounds really, really weird, but it's so tasty. You just chop up some cucumber, some apple and avocado and mix all of those together with a dash of sesame oil, some soy sauce and a sprinkle of white pepper. And when it all comes together, the flavours are just so good. We definitely recommend trying this salad. Living in a van with only one stove means that where possible we try to eat stuff that doesn't need cooking up because it saves time and it also minimises the amount of stuff that we need to wash up. So salads are very van friendly, and we're just having this one on top of some bread with some chickpeas too for a little bit of vegan protein.
Next up on our to-do list for the day, we have to drive and find a tap where we can fill up our water tanks because they're almost empty now. It's usually easy finding free taps in the mountains because there's just so many springs and rivers, so the water's pretty abundant. We can carry about 35 litres of water in our tanks, which means that we can last 3 or 4 days off grid before we need to fill them up again. This tap we found is particularly beautiful, which makes this errand feel a lot less tedious and kind of idyllic. Even when it's just a normal errand day, if we're in the mountains it makes everything feel special and just a bit extraordinary.
Our next job is our favourite job of the day, which is walking little Luffy. When you live nomadically, your local dog walk just changes every single day, so we're always getting to see new places, and I think that's probably our favourite aspect of this lifestyle. Like, the reason that we continue to do van life really is just the childlike sense of wonder and awe that we get to feel every day because we're constantly exposing ourselves to new places and new things.
My subconsciousness go out into the garden just in time for sunset as the sky begins to darken. Overgrown and tangled up, the bramble needs some preening. All the weeds have sprouted out and the grass is barely breathing. What do I know about nature and her needs? Blindly assumed and drunken naivety. We take what she has and hang her out to bleed. The least we can do is show her some sympathy. Me and my subconsciousness step out into the garden, bare feet treading tentatively, eyes begin to sharpen. Crouching down a running leaf brushes past my ankles. birds begin to sing to me as my thoughts begin to wrangle. What do I know about nature and her needs? Blindly assuming and drunk on naivety. We take what she has, then hang her out to bleed. The least we can do is show her some sympathy. What do I know about nature and her needs? Been blindly assuming and drunk on naivety. We take what she has, then hang her out to bleed. The least we can do is show her some sympathy. Me and my subconsciousness go out into the garden just in time for sunset as the sky begins to darken. Overgrown and tangled up, the bramble needs some preening. All the weeds have sprouted out and the grass is barely breathing.
This camping spot feels very tucked away between the forest on the right and the river on the left, and the highest mountain in Western Europe, Mont Blanc, towering above us. The last tasks of the day are finding somewhere peaceful in nature to park up and making dinner. We usually find our wild camping spots using a camping app where people share and review their parking spots. It's generally pretty straightforward. We just pick a place based on the photos, and it means that we can feel like quite safe and sure that we're not going to get told off because other van lifers have already reviewed the spots before us. Living in a van often means sacrificing convenience for freedom, so tasks that would be finished by lunchtime in normal life somehow fill the whole day when you live on the road.
Sometimes it feels like all the little tasks of the day take so long that it doesn't leave much time to work or to rest, to be honest, but that's why we only bother showering, filling our water tanks, shopping and emptying our bins every 3 or 4 days, so that the days in between can be spent enjoying the places we travel to.
I'm just doing a bit of moon journaling before bed, which is basically just like normal journaling, except you write around the themes of the zodiac of the full moon and the new moon. Hopefully this episode has given a bit more insight into a typical day in our life. We're excited to see you again in our next vlog, where we're going to be exploring the dreamiest mountain views in Italy, parking our little home on wheels out here on the Wildside.